Welcome to another episode of Quarantine Cooking with Candace. Welcome to another episode of Quarantine Cooking with Candace. Now you might recognize what I have in my hand here and go, ew, no, I don't even care how to cook that. Or you might go, oh, I'm curious about how to cook that. Or somewhere in between. Some people go, oh yeah, I really like it. Anyway, you have a definite opinion about my friend Kale here. So kale has fiber and antioxidants, and it's a green. It helps your eyes. It makes your hair grow. The list almost is endless. So I'm saying, let's embrace the kale a little bit. And everybody goes, no, it's chewy and soggy and everything. I have a way to cook it that you're going to see today that will really make a convert out of you. So let me start with some of the things that we need to do to this kale before it becomes oh so delicious. Now, there's a couple things about kale that you might not know. If you look in between the leaves, there's a really hard inner stem here. Now what happens is, you see how curly this is? We have to wash it somehow. Now just for the sake of this video, I'm using my vegetable scrubbing pot here, and I'm just rinsing it up and down, right? And again, I try to get in there and wash off that middle section, okay? So envision that this is gonna be gone, the big stem on the bottom. We're gonna get rid of that right away. And then we're gonna wash all these in between, kind of scrub them up a little bit, kind of like washing behind your ears. And then we're gonna put these all out. I have a cute little chicken dish towel here that I'm gonna lay mine on because we want them kind of dry before we coat them with olive oil and salt. So that's our next step. So I'm gonna continue to wash these just a little bit, and I'll be back in 1 minute, and I'm gonna show you what to do next. And we're back. Okay, so I have washed and dried my kale. I've cut most of it up into nice little pieces. I wanted to show you again how to cut up this kale. So you'll see that this is very thick, this spine down the middle of it. And is it edible? Sure, but is it chewy? You bet. So what I want you to do is put your fingers, curl your digits under so you don't cut your fingers off. Because remember, you've purchased a really good sharp knife, right? Oh, and then I cut down both sides of that spine, and I've saved the spines. Now, I have a friend, my friend Tracy, has chickens. She has 8 chickens, and I'm gonna save these and take these down to the girls because they will love this. But if you don't have chickens to take your scraps to, get rid of them. Now, at this point, if there's children, they can tear these apart. If you have kids around, they can tear these apart. It doesn't really matter. They don't shrink up very much, but they will crisp up quite a bit. So you just tear these up. No, you can't do anything wrong with these. Now, err on the side of not enough with your olive oil. So when I say drizzle, somebody's gonna say, how much? I don't know, it depends on how much kale you've got. So just watch what I did. I drizzled across the top. Then I'm gonna take some salt, and I don't know if you know this, but if you throw it from on high, you cover more area with it. It's kind of fun too. So I know, with the hands, which are very clean and hermetically sealed, I'm gonna flip these kale chips around in here. And you have to get the idea that these are gonna be kind of like potato chips. So you want a little salt, you want a little olive oil on every one of these little pieces before it cooks. I think I just did about right with the olive oil. So I think everything feels really, really good. Now, when you spread this out, you can just spread it on a cookie sheet. You can, no big deal. You don't have to buy extra things. But most people have a cooling rack, right? So what I do is I put my cooling rack inside one of my cake pans, like this. So then the air goes all around it and circulates around it, and they get a little crispier. So what we want to do is we just lay these out on here. Just lay them out and you'll get a chance to kind of like stir them around a little bit. And we're gonna have these in, I like a 300-degree oven. A lot of the recipes you see, they take it down to like, I don't know, 225, 250. I said, that takes too long. So we're gonna put these all on here like this. Look, isn't that pretty? And no big deal, you washed it, you cut it, and now we're gonna put it in the oven. So in it goes, and because it's at a low heat, it's gonna take a little bit longer. So we're gonna put this in. There it goes. I like mine at 300 because I think my oven is a little, it doesn't heat as well as another oven. So I'm at 300, and in about 20 minutes, I'm gonna check it. And then we're gonna see, is it cooked crispy enough, or we can put it back in again. So stay tuned, and we'll get the finished product out in 1 minute. Okay, our 20 minutes is up. Let's see how fabulous these things look. Oh yeah, they're crispy. They look a little crunchy. That's exactly the way they're supposed to look. Now, you're gonna be tempted to eat one right now. Don't do it. I can tell you that they're delicious. And so what you wanna do is when they get a little cooler, you're gonna put them in a pretty bowl, so of course the color's offset. And your family, friends, and if it's just you, sit on the couch, and this is, I know this sounds crazy, but it's in place of popcorn. So, Quarantine Cooking with Candace, Kale Chips. We would love for you to make these. I'll put the recipe in the link below, and enjoy.